Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for January 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. I like this. In your general energies, you have this bluebird spirit. It says happiness. So there could be more happiness coming in for you, or there's some sort of change in your happiness coming in. You know, I kind of get the feeling that some of you have really kind of stuck up for yourself recently. I want to say that maybe I said this to you recently as well. I get a very similar message where it's like you chose to stick up for yourself. This, for some of you, this could be in a breakup I'm getting where it's like maybe someone wasn't giving you what you deserve or whatever. And I feel like you're kind of, choosing yourself. Look, I mean, two cards of kind of like independence here. I would, of course, be careful of being stuck in hermit mode. But at the same time, I kind of feel the hermit mode maybe was necessary in your Sorry about that, Capricorn. I started choking, so let me just continue this reading. But anyway, I feel like your hermit mode maybe was a little bit necessary, or kind of like something that you had to go through. So it is what it is, right? But let's see here. You start off again in your general energies with this bluebird spirit. Says happiness on it. Number one, I would focus on maintaining your happiness or doing things that bring you joy and abundance. I feel like this is true for pretty much everyone right now. It's probably the easiest way that we can manifest the things that we want in our life. And so I would, again, focus on happiness. You have the Judgment card, the Two of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're remembering who you are. Those are the words that I'm getting here on this Judgment card. There's like some sort of risk that you could be taking at this time as well. And I feel like you need to go all the way with this risk. You might be remembering who you are. Maybe you're, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's like you could be changing your destiny. You could be changing your work or something that you're doing in your life. And, it's almost as if this Judgment card, I kind of feel like more like I'm standing at the edge of a cliff, kind of like the Fool card, but not quite. Because I feel like it's like you're ready to go. You're ready to take some sort of risk, like some sort of leap of faith. And I feel like it's who you are. So for those of you that are thinking about making a change in your business or your work or just in your life in general, I would go for it. I feel it's going to bring you true happiness. Again, even on the Two of Swords, she has this new island behind her here, and that's where she needs to go. She needs to get to that new island because that's where everything she wants exists. But she's sitting where she has always been. So she's basically, kind of stuck in a comfort zone in some ways. She might also be negotiating, but she might be negotiating with herself for no reason. She might be saying to herself, oh, well, I'll stay here at this job because it's a job and I have health insurance or whatever. It's like she could be coming up with excuses for staying in her situation. And that's kind of what I feel for you. I feel like this is saying the risk is going to be worth it. It's going to pay off big time here with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is your fortunes changing. Your readings have been amazing lately. It's pretty crazy. And I really feel like you are taking control of your destiny. Again, I'm not suggesting things are perfect. Again, I think that if you're going to be alive for the next 40 years, things are going to be far from perfect. And I don't say this to scare you. I say this because really, I feel on the other side of the coin, there's major success for people that work for it. But again, we have to be willing to accept the fact that things might get messy in the world. Things might not be perfect. Maybe we have to be flexible when we don't want to be flexible and all those things. So if we can just get over ourselves, we'll be perfectly fine. And I do feel there's a big change coming in for you here. So let's see. With the Judgment card, you have the Caution card. I would definitely be careful. I mean, Mercury retrograde, I would be careful of anyone coming back from the past. I do kind of feel that here. It's like someone left you out in the cold. I feel like someone made you go into hermit mode. It's kind of reversed here. I almost feel like someone put you in hermit mode, and that made you Nine of Pentacles. I kind of feel like someone putting you out in the cold made you glow up, basically. And I feel like, ignored here is what I would say. It could have been a Pisces, Aries, or a Taurus that you were dealing with here, Capricorn. I'm also getting Scorpio as well. Take it how it resonates. But, what I would say is that I feel like someone put you out in the cold and they, ignored you. And now they expect you to just, be there for them or something if they're coming back. I would just block this person if I were you, Capricorn. Plain and simple. With the Two of Swords, you have the Choices card. New choice. Pick the new path, Capricorn. There's nothing to even talk about here. Pick the new path. it's going to lead to so much success. Whatever choice you're making, you could be trying to decide to move on from this person. Yes, moving on from this person is going to lead you to happiness. I see someone who's not very happy here, but it's not you. I feel like it's them that's not very happy, and I feel like it was their choice. I feel like this is affecting their health as well. You could be hearing from a person that maybe you dated in the past. Could also just be a toxic person you knew from the past. I don't really see it here in the cards, which is weird. I see it in my head. But again, I read intuitively. This is what I'm getting. And I feel like some of you dealt with like someone, I literally feel like their health could be being affected by like not being in your life. Not like you should wish this on a person or anything like that, but it's like they made their choice is what I feel like saying. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have this defense card. The Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune are the only two cards in the tarot that I personally consider an ex coming back. So, and I do not suggest you go back to an ex, plain and simple. I'm not like one of those readers that's like, oh yeah, go back to this person. There's a reason I don't do ex back readings, plain and simple, because I believe in you more. I believe in the people I read for more than them needing to go back to someone who left them. So, that's what I'll say there. But, what I would also say is, it's not going to stop someone from trying to come back. I would just put up your defenses here with this defense card, plain and simple. I would also say for those of you that, again, are thinking about changing your destiny. Again, the Wheel of Fortune, I want to stress, is your destiny. But is your destiny as in it is your personal vision for your life. It is the direction that you see your life going in. And that could be anything, any goal, wishes, or dreams. I feel like you need to charge towards those things. I also feel like you need to start doing things that are harder, is what I'm getting here. This isn't like, putting yourself in difficult situations. I feel like this is like taking small risks. The way I see it, it's like lifting weights. It's like if you lifted the same amount of weight every single day, your muscles really aren't going to grow. And trust me, I've had fitness experts tell me that, yes, your muscles will, so I don't care. I'm making a point here, fitness experts, right? But the point is, for the most part, if I lift this pen, here, maybe this will make you happy. If I lift this pen the same time, the same amount every single day, my muscles aren't going to grow. I have to lift heavier weights. So what I would say here is I feel like in work, in business, in love, I feel like you need to start lifting heavier weight, meaning maybe pushing yourself outside comfort zones and things like that. Here in the area of the unexpected, what you don't see coming, you have this go the distance card. I feel for some of you that you could be finding like ridiculous amounts of success this year, but again, it's not going to just magically happen. You have to, again, put yourself in these positions where you're lifting weight. That's the way that I would look at it. Is like I'm lifting weights. I'm doing things like putting myself outside my comfort zone, trying things I've never tried before. That's where the success is going to come in for you here, Capricorn. And trust me, it's like, listen, I worked in marketing for like, since I was like 16 years old. Yes. And, not to brag, but I was a goddamn marketing genius. Right. And, what I would say is that, it's like I know that it doesn't get views for me to say, yes, you're going to have to put in the work. It would be much better if I said, hey, here's a magical bean that you could, put up your nose that would make you successful overnight. That would probably get views. But, I'm not here to lie. I'm here to tell you the truth. And what I feel like you need to do is push yourself outside your comfort zone, do things that you've never done before, plain and simple. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Wands here. Quick success. Eight of Wands is quick success. It is things happening very quickly. I feel like your focus is also going to be very important with the Eight of Wands because the Eight of Wands traditionally was your arrows of love, meaning, we tell the universe we want something in love, right? And the universe responds maybe by bringing us a person or a situation. But now I kind of look at it as Esther Hicks says are rockets of desire, right? We're always telling the universe what we want, and the universe is responding with like inspirations, opportunities, and things that we can do, signs, symbols, whatever, that can move us in the right direction. But we have to take advantage of those opportunities. And that's what I'd be paying attention to here with the Eight of Wands. What things do you do that actually work? I know that sounds obvious, but again, I've been predicting this for years, and I see it in the astrology. I feel there's a good deal of confusion, and I also feel like it's almost like there's too much safety, where it's like we could be playing it safe too much. And, I feel like we need to just take those risks, put ourselves out there. I also feel that there could be love coming in for you. It could be a fellow earth sign, or it could be a fire sign as well, or a Pisces. Take how it resonates. And, I feel like what's kind of surprising you here, I don't really feel it's like totally unexpected. But what I feel like is surprising is just how much this person's willing to do for you. I don't think you've ever experienced this before. Like, that go the distance card is really telling me this person will go the distance for you. So I feel like the kind of like what they're willing to do for you is the thing that is maybe just like a little bit unexpected. I don't think it's totally unexpected. You have this Hierophant card here. The Hierophant is a card of marriage. It is a card of traditional beliefs, and it's also a card of thinking outside the box. If you can't think outside the box, which trust me, I totally get it. If you have a hard time coming up with new ideas and things, it's like maybe you're just not good at that. And that's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that. We can't be good at everything. But what I would say to you is if you can't come up with new ideas, I would find someone who can, right? Like in business, for example, if you're trying to grow your business, maybe there are people you can team up with who have really good creative ideas, but maybe you're just better at executing those ideas. You're a Capricorn, so you're probably better at kind of executing on things that already work or someone else's ideas. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Again, especially if you're like teaming up with someone. I'm also getting education here. So any obstacles you do have, I would be educating yourself for sure. I mean, I've talked to you about this since 2016, 2017, something like that. You have the Nine of Pentacles as well. Again, this is like your glow up, a little bit of glow up energy here, here. Sorry, I keep choking in your reading. And I also feel there's success coming in for you here as well. Sorry about that, Capricorn. I'm super dry today, and for some reason, driving me nuts. Of course, I've been fine all day until I sit down and do readings. But you have with the Nine of Pentacles, you have this empathy card. Again, I feel like someone's coming in a position of empathy and being, I feel like they just have a lot of empathy for you. So if you're attracting love, I feel like it could be this type of person, someone very empathetic, someone very caring, like probably a true companion. So definitely very good energy. With the Hierophant, you have the Convention card. The Hierophant is the card of convention, kind of. He kind of, represents traditional beliefs. Convention is the way things have always been done. So I definitely feel like outside the box thinking is going to be beneficial for you. Again, as I've been saying to you for like 10 years now, Capricorn, 80-20 rule if I were you, and I basically am because I have 5 planets in Capricorn. So what I would say is 80% of the time I would do convention. I would do exactly what works in work and business and love, pretty much everything. The other 20% of the time I'd be trying new things, exploring, experimenting, all that other good stuff. With the Eight of Wands, you have this Lust card. Definitely someone very interested in you. I'm wondering if you're like a little, if you have a new person coming in January, I literally feel it could be January as well. If you put yourself out there, obviously you have to leave the house. But what I would say is maybe maybe you feel that it comes off as a little bit lusty, but I legitimately feel it's just this person won't want to keep their hands off you. So I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Do what you got to do. There could be communication coming in January from this person as well. Like some of you might just be communicating with them. And it might be very hot and steamy communication. I'm wondering if there's distance here. I don't really see it yet, although Eight of Wands could kind of be like a long-distance situation. Take it how it resonates. Next in the area, what are we doing here? What's coming towards you? You have this surprise card. It says, surprise! Expect the universe to pleasantly surprise you. Everything will be revealed to you in time. Let plans unfold. You also have this card that says, with great awareness, you will find the answers you're looking for. So definitely plenty of answers coming in for you. But could be a pleasant surprise, obviously, coming into your life. You have the Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Ace of Cups. So I feel like the Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, a lot of happiness. Definitely love could be coming in for you. Could be like an Emperor-like person. Is it an Aries? I'm not so sure here. I don't think it has to be an Aries, of course. I feel like it could be any sign that's coming in for you, but I feel like they're very Emperor-like, very kind of like driven, motivated, very focused. I feel like when they pick something to do, it's like they just go and do it. He has these rams on here, these rams, if I can get that to focus. And they represent like action and just like charging forward towards something. So I feel like you could be attracting a person like that. And again, obviously it could be a surprise. You have the Emperor here. I feel like this is also your focus, and I feel that's a surprise as well. It's like how focused you can be. Sometimes I think when we're like super unfocused and then we get focused, we kind of surprise ourselves because we're like, wow, I didn't know that I was capable of doing all this stuff in my life. And that's kind of like the answer or the feeling that I get for you here is like you're kind of surprising yourself in the sense that you're like, wow, I didn't know that I could do this. I didn't know I could accomplish all these things, whatever. You have the Hermit as well. Could be a Virgo. I kind of feel that you could be attracting a person who is just coming out of hermit mode, though. I also feel like you could be becoming more social this year, not just January, but the entire year. And I feel there's a lot of opportunity in that for you. The other thing is that I'm getting here is like sometimes I think when we have gone through a difficult period of time, which I feel like you have, like over the past years, and then we get to the end, of the difficult period of time, then we're like, then we're kind of like, wow, is this the end? There's not more. It's almost like you're saying to the universe, okay, give me more. I don't think you really want more, but I'm just saying I feel like you can handle it. So it's like maybe things are kind of improving. I wouldn't say things are getting easy. I don't think the future is easy at all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But what I do think is that maybe you've gotten better. You've learned the skills on like how to deal with pretty much anything. So it's like nothing can stop you now here, Capricorn. With the Hermit, you have this birth card, starting something new. I feel like people are about to see a whole new animal with you. I feel like you're becoming something different, and people aren't going to recognize you in the future. Maybe literally. Some of you literally might be working on yourself so much that they don't even recognize you. For others, I feel like this could be like something that you're building, and that's really successful. With the Emperor, you have the assertion card. Definitely could be an Aries. I mean, this is Sun in Aries, this card, so take it how it resonates, whatever you're interested in. I also feel like you're very assertive at this time, and I feel like you're conquering like a lot of things in your life. With the Ace of Cups, you have this negotiation card. I say no negotiation. Like, it's funny that multiple people have had cards of negotiation. You have the Two of Swords. Didn't I say like no negotiation on that or something? Two of Swords is a card of negotiation, but I don't think you should be settling. I don't see this as negotiation. I see this as you, like, on the negative side of things, like settling for less. I feel like this is saying no negotiation, go for directly what you want. I'm pretty sure I've said it to you before, and I'll say it again. It's like, I think we need to ask for things unapologetically. Like, if we want, most people, they say, like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. And if you say, okay, how much? And then they'll say, like, oh, $10 million, right? But then they'll say something like, but I'd be fine with $1 million. I feel like this is saying, like, no. You're not fine with $1 million. You're fine with $10 million. And that's what you said in the first place. So I'm just giving you an example here. This could also be love. Maybe you're like, I want to marry George Clooney, right? It's like, it's George or nobody is what this is saying. So it's like, I think once you, and obviously these are ridiculous examples here, Capricorn, but it's like, I think once you kind of draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not willing to accept less than this, and obviously you have to be realistic. You're probably not going to marry George Clooney, although I don't know. Maybe you could make it happen. Once you draw the line in the sand, then things are going to start happening. That's what I'm getting here. Finally, here for messages from your future self, you have this unexpected income card and also this family room card. Some of you could be building a family in the future, but I definitely feel there is unexpected income coming in for you. I feel like you've worked hard for this, and I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before. It's like, this isn't totally unexpected because I feel like you've been working for years to improve your income, to improve your life. And like now you're just reaping the rewards is what this is saying to me. You have the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, and the Hangman. Some of you could have a Pisces coming in, but really I feel this is like saying trust your intuition. I also feel you need to leave Hermit mode. She's kind of in Hermit mode. There is a way to read the High Priestess that says like she's blocking herself out from the outside world, and which I feel is perfectly fine. Like if you need time to recharge your batteries, if you need time to kind of collect your energy or whatever, then definitely, take time to block out the outside world. But what I would also say here is I feel like there are times where maybe we need to be more open, or maybe we should open up to the outside world. And I feel like this is encouraging you to not be completely closed off. I feel like it is encouraging you to like open up a little bit for whatever reason. You have the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition, but I always say that the Five of Wands to me is a card of lifting weights. I call this card Indiana Jones. To me, it represents going on some sort of crazy adventure so that you can kind of like develop something or get something that you want. So don't be afraid to kind of like go on an adventure here, Capricorn. Don't be afraid to, do things that you've never done before, because that's where all the success is going to come in for you with this Five of Wands energy. So like I would get moving here with this card. You also have what is this? You have the Hangman. Hangman is like, I feel like you've waited long enough. I feel like you need to, his head is glowing, which says he's gained enlightenment. And so I feel like you need to move towards your like inspirations. I feel like you're feeling very inspired. It's like when you think of an idea, right, for work or business, I feel like you could get very excited. And that's the direction I'd be moving in. I'd be moving towards, your excitement or things that excite you just in general. With the High Priestess, are you kidding me? You have the inspiration card. Exactly what I just said. Follow your inspirations. Follow the things that inspire you, that excite you, that make you feel good. The problem is, it's like, you could get very excited by making $10 million, but then all the limiting beliefs creep in. So your trick this year is going to be, not just this month, but this year, I feel your trick is going to be shutting out those limiting beliefs, right? With the Five of Wands, you have this escape card here. I would definitely be careful of the past. I feel like someone, again, remember we were talking about someone at the beginning. I feel like they're in a bad situation. They could be trying to escape to you because maybe you're their safety blanket or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I would be careful of that. I feel like someone ran away from you. With the Hangman, you have the Endurance card. This is what people will appreciate about you in the future. Those are literally the words that are popping into my head. As I feel like people are going to appreciate the fact that you just don't give up. You're a Capricorn, of course, but it's like maybe now people are actually seeing it. I feel like people are seeing that you can't be stopped, right? And that's pretty much what I get for you here. But let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes now and see what is going on for you. Damn. You have this card that says February on it. It's a card that says February. Yes, I know we're in January. You also have this happiness card again. So clearly there could be great happiness by the time we get to the month of February. Yes, I know we're in January. You have this vulture card. It says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. I would get out of your head. You know, it's kind of funny because I feel for some of you that are dealing with a past person, you might be having thoughts like, like, oh, did they post that, whatever on social media? Was that about me? And stuff like that. I feel like they're wondering the same thing about you. So if you're dealing with an ex, again, I would block that stuff out. I wouldn't even pay attention to it. You have this ladder card, climbing towards success. Yes, definitely a ton of success coming in for you. We already know that, Capricorn. You have this eye. It says psychic ability. Trust your intuition. I feel like you could be very intuitive, not just this month, but this entire year. So again, you might have those moments where you feel like you should do something or you feel like you should take a certain direction. And I would do it. Don't allow, trust me, I do this for a living. And there are times where I don't listen to myself. I always regret it every single time, right? So listen to yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone else. Listen to yourself on, pretty much everything in your life. You know what to do. You have this money path card. It says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Love it. I feel like there's a ton of money available to you, and it could definitely increase your happiness as well. But this looks amazing. I love this. So thank you for being here, Capricorn. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.